Comments up. Okay. Hi everyone. So I'm hopeful this is working. I'm hopeful that you can hear me and that you can see me. So let me know, Facebook and Instagram, if you're there, if it's all working okay. So today, for our Talk Tuesday, we're talking about how herbs can help our cats. So I was very specific with how I wrote the post about today because I wanted us to really realise that herbs don't necessarily heal our cats, but they can help our cats. So that's the topic that we're talking about today. Before I get started, just a reminder that on Wednesday, 7 p.m. GMT, I'm going to be in Dr. Katie Woodley's Facebook group, which is called the Natural Pet Parent Community. So if you're not already in her group, go and check it out, join, it's fabulous. She talks a lot about natural pet care, so she talks about cats and dogs. So we're going to be talking about herbs, how they can help with behaviour issues, what to consider when you're buying herbs online for your cat. What else? Let me think. We're going to talk about the top herbs that I would recommend, how to use them with your cat, what herbs can help with, and so much more. So that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. So join us on Facebook then. So let's get started with today. So what I wanted to talk about was how herbs can help. So those of you that may be new to Naturally Cats may not know that one of my missions, which I've got several, so my bigger mission is to change the world's perspective of cats. And as part of that, I really want people to realise that having a herb garden, which I'll come on to what that is in just a second, having a herb garden down for our cats is just as important and vital as a litter tray, as a scratching post. So what is a herb garden? So a herb garden is where you get a towel or a blanket and you put it down in a nice quiet area in the home. So Leo, our rescue cat, he's got one and it's in the corner of our dining room. So, you know, it's somewhere that we are, because we've got a front room and dining room combined, but it's in the corner out of the way. So it's not somewhere where there's heavy foot traffic. So he's able to go and use the herbs on this herb garden as and when he needs to. So you put the towel down, the blanket, and basically you put a good pinch, and I mean a really good pinch, don't be stingy with the herbs, of the dried herb or flower in each corner of the blanket or towel. And basically you leave it there for your cat to enjoy. So some cats you may find go and rub and roll on it and they get all messy with it and it goes everywhere. Other cats may just sit with it, they may just sit next to it. They might just even be near it rather than on it. And that's okay. So every cat is different, just like every human is different. I'm a hugger. I like to hug people when we're allowed. You know, I know people that don't really like that physical contact, and it's the same with cats. Some like to go crazy and let loose on the herbs. Others are a bit more reserved and can't really show that vulnerability as well. So just bear in mind that every cat is different, but even putting down some dried herbs for your cat will really benefit them. So in the shop, Naturally Cats has got a shop. Head to our website, www.naturallycats.co.uk, head to the shop tab and you'll see we've got gardens for sale basically. So what I've done, so in the last sort of 18 months, I've pulled together 20 of my favourite herbs and I've packaged them up so that you basically get enough for two gardens. Because what I found was, although I'm a self-selection practitioner, you know, and I have clients who I share remedies with, you know, I don't always want to buy, or didn't always want to buy, 100 grams of valerian. I wanted a good pinch or two. So with the herb gardens that we have, you get it's anywhere between 3 and 10 grams. It depends on the density of the herb. But basically you can buy the herbs to try with your cat. You can try a selection box, you can try those that help with anxiety or aggression. So what I've done with the herbs that we have is I've tried to bring them together so that you've got the capacity to offer them to your cat to help with your issues. And that's something that I think is really key for us to talk about. So, yes, the most common cat behaviour problems are aggression. But also, I think what's becoming more prevalent than ever is anxiety in cats, which is just breaks my heart, to be honest. So, you know, the gardens that we've put together, you know, for our anxiety garden, in fact, yeah, we've got some lovely herbs. We've got lavender and chamomile, which are all really calming and soothing. You know, if you think about everything to do with sleep has got lavender in it for humans. People often talk about having chamomile tea to you know, calm your nerves or to ease tension. And it's just the same for our dear beloved felines. So they can benefit from the healing properties of herbs just like we do. Yes, they're not going to have a nice hot cup of tea, but you can make a cup of tea with the herbs, let it cool, and then put it down and see if your cat wants to lick it, wants to sit near it. Obviously, this is in addition to their normal bowl of water, never add it to their own bowl of water. So what I wanted to share with you today is that you can use herbs in many different ways. So we've got a garden called Digestion, and you know, in my experience, I have cats that have had constipation and diarrhea and kind of everything in between. And what I'm seeing now with clients is that with cats, especially those that have fed dry food, is that they can have issues with their digestion. So we've got peppermint and marshmallow root and chickweed in the Digestion garden. Now, marshmallow root helps to support the mucous membranes. So whether the cat is dehydrated, whether the cat is suffering from diarrhea or constipation, either way, there's either too much mucus or not enough. And marshmallow root can help to balance that out. Peppermint is really cooling and really soothing. So if there's irritation, if there's inflammation, if the cat is suffering, you know, from diarrhea, everything's gonna be a bit angry. So it can help to cool the body. And chickweed, oh, I love chickweed. So chickweed is fabulous for the digestive tract. It helps to soothe it, again, very much like peppermint. It helps to kind of calm things and to bring a sense of order almost to the digestive system. So again, whether it's diarrhea or constipation, if the cat selects chickweed, it can be really beneficial. So there's an example of a garden that we have and how it helps with a physical issue. But as I mentioned with anxiety, you know, anxiety, aggression, and actually I think we've probably got more emotional based gardens than we do physical. So we've also got one for pain and we've got one for inflammation. Now, the herbs kind of overlap, and there isn't a right or wrong. If you think your cat is suffering with pain, try one or the other. Try them both. Get a selection box. You know, have all the pain and inflammation herbs to try. But again, it helps to support the body with healing, to maintain a sense of balance. It can reduce inflammation. And those of you that know me, I'm not hugely scientifically based in terms of, you know, sharing that information. But if you Google like arnica, St. John's wort, what else have we got? Comfrey, valerian. You know, if you Google the properties of these plants and how the kind of science works on the body, it's amazing. But just know that your cat has the innate ability to select what it needs. Your cat has the capacity to decide for itself what will help to heal it, what will help to make it feel better. So those are kind of the physical based gardens that we've got. But the ones that I really wanted to bring up today were the emotional based ones. So yes, we've got anxiety and aggression, but we've also got loss and sadness. We've got one for trust. So I don't think there is enough information out there. I don't think we're talking enough about a cat's emotional state. And that's why I consider having a herb garden down to be just as important and just as crucial as having a litter tray and a scratching post. Because one minute your cat can be, you know, stressed, whether that they've been chased by the neighbourhood cat or whether they've been sat at the window and they've seen a cat pass by in the garden. Indoor, outdoor cat, doesn't really matter. That's going to have an effect on them. In some way, that's going to bring in their fight or flight response. So yes, in theory, cats have the capacity to bring that back to balance, to bring that change in their chemical situation back to an equilibrium. But what if we were able to put something down for them that they could go to straight away? That they could do that even quicker? That they could do that as and when they needed to? When we weren't even aware of the stressor, when we didn't even see the cat pass through the garden, what if your cat was able to maintain a sense of balance and peace and wellness by themselves as and when they wanted to? Wouldn't that be amazing? I mean, I still, I could watch a cat in a herb garden, you know, all day, every day. When I have clients that share with me images or pictures and videos of their cats enjoying their herbs, I could sit and watch it for hours. It really, really lights me up. And I love the fact that we are, you know, slowly bringing this awareness into homes and sharing the messages with people so that you can offer these tools to your cat. So I've got an example of a client, and one of my cats, not my cat, obviously, one of my clients in Costa Rica. It's a dear sweet cat called Juvia, and you'll see more about her on the weekend when I'm going to share some information for the self-selection showcase. And she's such a gorgeous cat. She's very, very loving, but she has a tendency to be nervous and she gets startled quite easily. So her guardian has been putting down a herb garden pretty much, you know, or has a herb garden down every day. So she tops it up, you know, once or twice a week. But she shared with me a story a few days ago about how there was the housekeeper came and brought the dog, and Juvia's generally a bit scared of the dog. And what happened was the dog got to the house before the person did, so Juvia was a bit freaked out basically. But what happened, she saw the dog and she went straight over to her herb garden, and she went on the rose and the calendula, and those two are just fabulous. So rose is very nurturing and calendula helps to boost self-confidence. So in that moment when Juvia was uncomfortable, she was probably scared, anxious, frightened, maybe a bit afraid, she was able to go straight to her herb garden, sit with those remedies and allow herself to realign, to find that balance again. Now, I think that's amazing. Now, yes, you could ask the question, well, what if she didn't have the herbs, what would she do? Yeah, she might calm down and be fine. She might be okay. But actually, she might not be. She might be in a situation where she gets so stressed and she can't let go of that stress, so she starts to overgroom, to self-soothe, to calm herself, to sort out her nerves. So, oh no, I don't think Facebook can hear me. So, just have a think about how you can introduce herbs to help your cat, whether you think they've got a physical issue, an emotional issue, or whether you just want to give it a go and see if you can bring in another form of enrichment for them. So enrichment is very much about, you know, providing for your cat so that they thrive rather than just survive. So, you know, rather than having one cat tree in the corner of the dining room, how many more can you have? How much more can you do? Different levels? Could you do different heights on the shelf? You know, could you do shelves on the wall? What can you do to make it fun? That's kind of what enrichment is about. So herb gardens can be a great form of enrichment and a great healing tool. So just have a think whether you'd like to try it. If you've got any questions about herb garden or herbs, drop a comment below. Let me know. If you're catching it on replay, give me a shout. And I'm more than happy to answer your questions. You know, if you want to try it out, head over to the Naturally Cat shop. Pick a garden. If you're not sure which one, we've got a garden called General, which basically, you know, is a very it's a very helpful way to open up the world of self-selection to your cat. They're very sort of gentle remedies and very supportive. So thank you for watching today. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to catching you at the next Talk Tuesday. Thanks everyone. Bye for now.